Hey, in his service, Goddess, just passing through. How are you? Kind of busy. Woo. Okay. Well, thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Just stopping by myself. Just passing through myself. Not gonna be here long. Just coming to talk about the Nolan Wells case a little more. Uh, with the internet sleuth out here. You know, we got a lot of people uh, on the internet, social media. We got a lot of sleuth out here, and they got a lot of interesting information that, again, nothing is facts, but it makes a little bit more sense. Hey, Maisha, how you doing? I remember last night Rita Williams was on here, and she kept talking about bot, 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 bot. And at this time, I hadn't heard of that character yet. No, we're not doing that. I hadn't heard of that character, but he is a person that I guess would be a good person of interest based on what I've heard about him. And like I said, everything I'm talking about has not been confirmed. It's just certain things that people are, some of the internet sleuths that are putting things together. And I'm going to talk about it because it tends to make sense. Um, so again, nothing is factual. Everything's opinion. I'm just going to talk about a couple of the internet sleuths. I think her name was Tisa. She's a young lady. She's been talking about this case, and she spoke something as just facts. And one moment, y'all. Hey, Maisha. No, that's not what we're doing because I'm talking. So yeah, so she started talking about making bot a common interest, um, being that she has connected Bart and a girl that apparently, now like I said, this is just hearsay, but it may make sense to a lot of things. Now, hold for a minute, y'all. Hey, loving Lucinda, thank you for the star. Hey, everyone, just getting home, listening. Thank you, loving Lucinda. Thank you. Hey, grateful too. How are you? I'm back. I think Kobe's in heat, y'all. Not heat, because dogs don't, the male dogs don't go in heat. But I think he smells a female dog that's in heat because he been cutting up. So I'm back, guys. So I was talking about Bart. So Bart seems to be a name that is popping up. I remember Rita Williams, who came through last night, just came saying Bart. Now, not making any accusations, just talking about what some of the internet sleuths are talking about. They're saying that Nolan may have been involved with Bart's girlfriend. Um, and one of the boys knew about it, stated that he made some slick comments toward Nolan, and Nolan, when he was covered up with the girl somewhere, I guess, on Horn Island, like, man, you crazy. Bart is a 200-pound football player. Now, this is how he's being described. 200 pounds, football player, had been in Wyoming, may have came home for the 4th of July weekend. Family is very prominent down there in Florida. Very prominent family, big name in football, looking to go down. This is just what I've heard, looking to go to the NFL. So there's a lot to lose. Motive. If Bart is a suspect, why the cover up? If it's a cover up, not saying it's one, he has a lot to lose. He's a big prospect. Family got a lot of name, big name in Florida. Again, this is only hearsay, but it's out there. So Bart's name is traveling, and it may have been because of the girl. There was some type of fight. Who fought? So there's a lot going on. Yeah, he could be a suspect because someone said he was seen talking to the guy. Said he was seen talking to the guy's girlfriend. This is supposed to be Bart's girlfriend, or I don't know if she was a current girlfriend or an ex, or maybe he's somebody that can't let go, or maybe he's somebody just got a jealous streak, and he's away in college, and the mouse playing, the cat's away. However they would say it. Maybe, who knows what the relationship between Bart and Kelsey, or whatever this girl name is, and how Nolan came to play, if this is true. Now you have motive. You do not, if he is a suspect, and if he's not one yet because he hasn't called out. If he becomes a suspect, there's motive and there's opportunity, right? And he's strong enough to cause the damage. Right? Yeah, he could be. So he's not. Yeah. So thank you, Grateful too, for the flowers. So that's a common name, and now you would have a reason to want to protect this whole thing, right? Why? Prominent family, career, money, name. His name is pretty big. I understand. Wherever he's from, the family name is lit, but considered prominent, well known. Okay, lots of reason. Okay, hey, Grateful too. So, something to look at. Something to look at. Somebody making some phone calls. Y'all need to take care of this. Let me tell you, it does happen. To this big of, did they think that they would get a nation eye like this on it? Probably not. And the one thing about it is you have to keep the eyes on it. The best thing to do in this situation is bring the nation eyes to it. And if anything happens, that's the same thing happened in P. Diddy's case when that girl brought the case against P. Diddy and they started moving on him real quickly. She had to put it in order for her to survive. What was her name? The girl that first brought the charges against P. Diddy. And everybody wondered why she went public. Why she did it so fast and so public. Because that's the only way she could have survived. Because if she had went quietly to the courts and not make a big scene and make a big noise, nobody had been watching her. She had to put all the eyes on her in order to survive in case P. Diddy and his people did anything. She had so many people keeping an eye on her. So that was the best thing she could do. This is the same thing for this case. If anything happens, as long as we got the nation's eye on it, somebody is going to question, right? Cassidy, that's her name. Thank you, Maisha. So as long Cassidy was the one for P. Diddy, she had to make that move like that. She had to go. She had to blow it up in the court. She had to bring it out, just so people can keep an eye on her, just so the public can say, "We watching you," so nobody can't make no moves on you. Because if she had done it quietly, we would have never probably heard from that girl. But she did it where the whole nation could just keep an eye on her. Everybody's watching. Everybody's watching P. Diddy. He couldn't do a damn thing. Couldn't get to her because she was already in the court. She was already a protected witness. And boom, they knew that she had made a move. So his hands were tied and coming for her. Same thing. That's why I think the greatest thing is this case being in the public eye. All eyes on this case. Um, does it mean that they still can't do something? Probably so. But I'm pretty sure if this case is what everybody think it is, phone calls are probably made. Hey, I don't know what's going to happen. We need to clean this up. Let's see if we can get it shoved down, whatever. They didn't know it was going to go this far. So the best thing is for this case to stay in the public eye. You have a lot of internet sleuths out there. And you know what? A lot of these internet sleuths can be correct. They are pulling things out, whether some are right or wrong, they're making you think. They're thinking out the box, right? They're thinking out the box. You can't believe everything, but it gives you an opportunity to think out the box like, yeah, possible. Based on everything that we're seeing, you know, possible. So it is interesting, y'all. It is interesting. Like I said, I was listening to this girl, and matter of fact, she took a chance and say facts. I'm girl, you good girl. I think Warrant had now went on a page of one of the content creators who's following this case and threatened to sue her for slander. And I guess he says slander because you got slander and you got libel. So he dropped down in her chat supposedly Warrant, I guess is Warren, dropped down in her chat and threatened to sue her. That's what she's alleging. Not sure. Again, hearsay. And just, people talking, so I can't verify any of that. But, she was one of the content creators. Another content creator says that he threatened to sue her for slander. That's why that's why I keep saying you never know who's listening. I'm not sure nobody's listening to me, but I also got to be careful and just make sure everything is opinion, allegations, or, just entertainment and talk what's going on. And I can't prove anything. I don't know if it's true, but it's something that I am listening to and heard, and it's not facts or opinion. In my opinion, it's just people talking. But that was interesting, the way Bart's name is coming up in this situation. And he would be the person that, if he's the golden goose, that would be protected. If a girl's involved and he's angry, there's your motive. Now, he said he was in Wyoming during this time, but allegedly, he is the one that made the phone call to the tow company. Warren said he did it, but what I'm hearing, and I'm not sure if it's true, I think Maisha, when it comes to, I don't know why, if she knows anything, a lot of times when people circle the wagon and everybody's trying to protect everybody, this is what you get. If everybody, and nobody says anything. If we all got together, deleted our social media, if we all got together, deleted the social media, we've already come to an agreement, right? Everybody, it's like, think about a crime in a little town where everybody knows each other. If everybody knows each other and they all got together and said, listen, everybody be quiet. Nobody says anything. We all got a lot to lose. If there's an agreement and an understanding that what's to lose, everybody's going to be quiet. That could happen. Everybody, the whole lot. You got one kid and you got a group of people that may be involved and they all had the opportunity. Again, they had enough opportunity to get together to come to an agreement. Let's delete the social media. Everybody deleted this. It had to be some type of common agreement between everybody, right? It had to be a common understanding, which led to an agreement for everybody to delete their social media. So somebody, they got together. This is why it's going to be hard. Because once people have gotten together and put their story together and they all now tighten in, this could, unless the evidence from the medical examiner says something, you got people that have already gotten together and got their story together. They've made all the moves, deleted the social media, they telling stories. Only thing that you can hope is somebody just says, you know, my conscience, I can't do this. It's time for us to tell the story. Only way it's going to happen. Unless some people are paid, some people are made afraid for their life and their family life and the loss of what. It's so many things that could be involved where people are going to be quiet, especially if they already came to an understanding and an agreement that nobody would speak. And if nobody speaks and everybody tells the same story, then pretty much, then if we got the medical examiner and the DA working with us and the sheriff, whomever working, pretty much we'll get through this. Everybody just need to be quiet until we get through. Now, I'm not saying this happened. But we can have an understanding, y'all. We just got to get through the grand jury. Everybody shut up. Say the same thing. Let's get through the grand jury. And that's it. There was, now, there's an accusation somewhere that Nolan had been drinking. Now, I hadn't seen anything, but people all making accusation. Now, we got to look at this. Drinking, we're talking about a 4th of July party. I want you to think about it now. Think about you. Think about maybe people you know. What are young kids going to do on the 4th of July? What are young kids around that age? Y'all think they're going to group up on a beach and drink Kool-Aid and fruit punch? Do we really think those kids between the ages of 15, 16, 17, and 24 are going to be on Horn Island drinking fruit punch? No. The alcohol is involved somewhere. Whether Nolan drank it, if they said he did, alcohol was being consumed. By who, I don't know. But yes, alcohol was available. Okay? Lots of it. Lots of it. Who consumed it? A lot of them probably did. Nolan probably did too. Okay? A lot of them probably did. Put yourself, I'm 62. I know if I was their age on Horn Island and I'm a drinker, guess what I'm having? And I did. Wasn't a Horn Island event, but at age 18, 19, 20, 21, yeah. I'm in an event, I'm at a party, I was drinking. Was I getting drunk? No. Why? Because I would have been, I was in college at the time, I was 21, but between 18 and 21, I was in college. Okay, but prior to that, one time I got drunk and came home and I got my butt cut. I got my behind thrown in the shower and whipped for coming home intoxicated. Yes, I did come home and thrown in the shower and whipped. Okay? A lot of times, Dimple J, somebody liable, people are going to bring it from all over. These kids, if you think about it, and like I said, I'm 62, I know how I did it in my 20s. We all would go to somebody's house, or we all show up somewhere. Everybody bought something. Everybody came with a case, liquor, however you get somebody to buy it. Some people stole it from their family house. Some people got people to buy it from them. They got college kids around there. You got kids 21-year-olds with it. Y'all got to put in mind, you do have people between the age on Horn Beach, between the ages of probably 15 and 24 out there. Not everybody was Nolan's age. So, and you got people that 18 can get alcohol. You got people 19. This is something that they do. This is not something new. And you go, you get somebody to buy it for you, give somebody the money, get somebody to buy it. You get on the boat, everybody got their stuff. You get there, everybody unloading their stuff. Yes, that's it. The person who was responsible for that boat should be liable. Again, how can you hold somebody with a boat liable? I mean, you still got adults making decisions. How everybody can be held liable if something happened and now they're withholding the information. Though that is where the liability lies. Y'all knew it. Y'all withhold information. You're an accomplice. You're an accomplice to the situation. I forgot the other name I can call when somebody knows of the crime but refuses to give information. There's another name we call it, say, in South Carolina. I believe I forgot the other name for it. None of the accomplice. We're the adults on the boats. They're all adults. They were all 18. They consider adults right at 18. Okay, now the adults that can purchase the alcohol, any one of them could have purchased it. Anyone could have gotten adults to purchase it, or anyone could have gotten it from their family. It's going to be hard to say who got the alcohol there. In Mississippi, if you're born after 1980, all you have to do is have I checked it out in Mississippi. If you're born after 1980, all you have to have is a certification to drive a boat, some type of boat certification. But you can still drive. You can still drive a boat at 12 years old. You can navigate a boat in Mississippi. But I'm pretty sure there was a lot of 21-year-olds out there. I'm pretty sure there was some 23-year-olds out there. I'm pretty sure there was some 24, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. Probably some 12 and 13-year-olds out there, Miss Dimple J. I'm pretty sure this is something, think about it when you were out there as a teen. I'm not sure, I can't tell nobody else's teen life, but I can tell you the numbers between 17, I'm going to stay within 17 to 24, partying together was common. On the boat, not on the land. Or if there was anyone 21 years on the boat. If there was anyone, it could have been Bart. But it could have been Bart was a 21-year-old. What are the ages of all the boys? Bart may be over 21. If he was the one, he said he wasn't there. He said he was in Wyoming. But findings are stating that Bart and not Warren, this is maybe true or untrue, Bart was the one that called the tow company, and it wasn't Warren. That he made a phone call and they went to Bart's house. The GPS put them at Bart's house as well. So why is the boat at Bart's house at some given time if he is in Wyoming? Now this is just allegations. Okay, these are super sleuths that are doing their little investigations and having these questions. Again, like I said, I don't know. The alleged Bart is 21. I can't prove it, but alleged he's 21. But now if he supplied the alcohol to the kid, now if they can prove that particular person supplied the alcohol, yes, he can be, if they're willing to testify that Bart is the one that got the alcohol. Of course, it's contributing to it could be some contributing matter. I'm not sure. Because you can't say contributing to a minor, because they're not minors, but could it be some type of negligent situation where Bart can be charged with something contributing? I'm not sure. Because we're talking, everybody's an adult at 18, but what is the contributing factor to the 21-year-old supplying the alcohol if somebody's willing to testify that if Bart is 21, that he supplied the alcohol. Again, don't know. Don't know. But it's just quite interesting, y'all. Um, Now that if this is true about Bart, there is a reason for the cover up. If what the content creator is saying about Bart is true, now you have your motive for trying to protect his football career. Now, let's see this. If anybody's able to Google, I got to go back and Google to see if he has a promising NFL career. Because what I'm hearing, and I didn't Google first, or maybe I should have, that Bart had a promising football career. So that was one of the things, right? That he had a promising football career. But it's interesting. It's interesting. But the thing about it, with all certain things that are coming out can make people think like, yep, y'all, we better do something because people are asking these questions. I like some of the things that are coming out because it's going to make people think. And it'll probably make those that are investigating the things like, no, if they're thinking about this, we better check it out ourselves. Maybe we won't be able to get away with this. I don't know. It's crazy. Mm. But yeah, that's what I heard today. Also, I was looking at another. Y'all saw? No, that's on. That's the latest I have on Nolan Wells. Is Bart is becoming an not for law enforcement, but his name has been coming up a lot through the social media um, situation. Yes, some of it is making sense. Some of it is making a lot of sense. Why? You know? So I'm glad that's happening. I'm glad to hear some of the social media content creators kind of making you kind of like think a little bit. Even though you can't say it's facts, it's kind of like, okay, that's possible. Who's Bart and who's this girl? And did anybody report Nolan talking to a girl? And they did have early report that he was with a girl. Did Bart show up? And nobody knew he was coming. And he showed up on Horn Island. Did he come with them or did he come on another boat? How did Bart get to Horn Island? Was he on the boat with them? Was there a picture of Bart on the boat with them? And was he? Hey, D with the boss. So that's a question. Where was Bart's location the entire time? We do know that supposedly the boat did stop the Bart house. Wherever Bart was located, the boat stopped. So, hey, Diva says Maisha, Diva the boss, welcome in. So yeah, that's another question. Um, so moving on from the Nolan Wells story, I posted something on my wall, guys, that was extremely disturbing. This baby was like a few days old, a week old, and this nurse in the I don't know, the baby section where the babies are kept. Y'all, the father, did y'all see that on my wall? I wonder if he got it on another boat. That's what I don't know, Maisha. That's what I don't know. Um, did y'all see the incident, the thing on the wall with the baby? The lady took this baby. This baby was, I don't know if this baby was days old or a week old. I can't remember. And the dad went to the room. You know where you go look at the babies in the window? He showed up there with his video camera. And I don't think the nurse saw him. And the baby was crying. This lady picked up the nurse. This nurse picked up the baby and slammed the baby on his face and his belly. Y'all, a newborn. Maisha, you saw it? I'm like, they fired her immediately. I don't know if they arrested her, but I know she got fired. But she should have been arrested. The only reason that they found out because the father was there with the video camera or the phone and caught it. Yeah, it's pretty disturbing, Diva. I got it on my wall, my community wall. It's pretty disturbing. You see her clearly pick up the baby that's crying and then slam it on his face. Slam the baby on his stomach and face. And thank God the father was there with the camera. He said, I mean, the mom is sick. She is just like, I can't believe it. I just don't understand what makes a person supposed to be a nurse. I mean, what goes through your mind that you think it's okay? What happened? What are you thinking? That you can pick up a newborn, any child, any baby, I don't care, any child, any baby, and pick it up and just throw it on his face because it's crying. Welcome in, Mother Dora. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, she should not only be fired, she should be arrested. If they haven't arrested her, she needs to be arrested and she needs to be sentenced to 20 years in prison. Yeah, I mean, just straight evil, Diva. Just straight evil. Hey, Grateful, you saw it on the wall too. I couldn't believe when I saw it. I said, make sure this is not. Let me make sure this is not AI, but it wasn't. It actually was reported by a local news station. It's actually a real thing, and it is sad, 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 sad. And this woman called herself a nurse. It's just you never know what type of sick, deviant people you have working around kids and calling themselves doctor, nurses, teachers, and they're deviant. They're just evil. Yeah, they fired her. They said they once they saw the video, they took no time in firing her. I wasn't sure if she got arrested, but I know they reported that they fired her immediately. Yeah, I have to go back and find out if she was arrested. I can't recall. They're saying they say she was if she was arrested or not, but I know she was fired. But I'm hoping she was arrested and for assault and everything else, and maybe even an attempted homicide or something, because that's a baby. That's a newborn. I mean, maybe a week old, maybe days old. I'm not sure, but it was a little tiny little baby, y'all. Tiny little baby. Oh yeah, and I want to say thank God they caught the people that are. Y'all heard about the little girl that was kidnapped? The little 13-year-old was kidnapped in Georgia. I'm glad the police in Georgia and Jacksonville, wherever they took her, apparently the mother came to the house in Georgia. The biological mother came to the house where the little 13-year-old was with a knife. Kidnapped the little 13-year-old, her and her boyfriend or her male friend, and took off with her. But the FBI and the police were able to find them at a hotel and rescued a little girl. But that was crazy. Mother Dora says she's evil. Imagine what she does in private. Imagine what. No, but guess what? What has she done to other babies when people weren't looking? They have to go back and check any camera. Maybe there is no camera because that's why she did it. But if the man's camera was the only source, what did she do to other babies, y'all? If she did that to one baby and felt, what was she doing to the other babies? That's the question. For you to do that, you have to have done it before. There is no doubt in my mind. For her to pick that baby up like that, she had to have done it before. They just don't have it on camera. They need to find some way to document, to find out if there was any babies ever harmed. Did anybody go back and check records and see if they ever found anything questionable on a child that they didn't know where it came from, like a bruising or a mark on a child? Maybe a parent pointed it out and they may have said, maybe the baby scratched itself or bumped itself, but now they can probably timeline and see if she was in contact with any of those babies that the parents may have had a complaint about. Maybe some type of injury, not injury, but some type of bruise or something. That's true, Grateful too, because nobody knows if this is a pattern. Because the way she did it, and yeah, they need to do a full investigation and look back and see if there was any other babies ever harmed or parents complained about something about their child and she was in contact with those babies. I can imagine some parents thinking right now, that nurse was in there with my baby. Can you imagine how many parents probably thinking that particular nurse was there? And they want to know if that nurse was ever in contact with their child. I know a lot of people are calling the hospital right now like, was that nurse ever in contact with my child? When did she work? What shift did she work? I know I would be questioning. I would want to know, where did she work? Did she ever work around my child? Even though I mean nothing wrong, I want to know. Shoot. But that's the evilness that is going around here, y'all. Just crazy, y'all. Just the father was able to hold his composure and alert his staff instead of just now. Yeah, I'm surprised the father didn't come through and just snatched her because you couldn't complain. You couldn't blame him if he. Now, see, that's the case that you couldn't blame if that father had caught her around the neck and just, you know what? No one could have been well, he could, You know, would that have been a point? Would people be questioning if he had walked in there and just kicked that door open and just strangled her? I hate to say it like that. I hate to say it like that. I mean, imagine seeing someone pick up your baby and throw them and throw them, not just roll them over. Actually, throw the baby to the babe. Picked the baby up and threw the baby on his face. I would have lost it. They would have to. I'll be sitting in front of 12 right then and there. Oh, we sitting in front of 12. Trust me. Either she been beaten to the pulp that she couldn't. All she can do is blink. But we would have been sitting in front of 12 people. We would have been sitting in front of a judge or somebody. But yeah, yeah. You couldn't blame anybody if dad got the hand around her throat, man. You couldn't blame that father. I mean, to have that videotape and see that your child, your baby, your newborn was just tossed like a rag doll, shoot. I don't think, you just don't never know what you're going to do. You say what you would do, but he did good. He did good. You know, he did good, man, because I think she's lucky. But the one thing about it, she'll never work as a nurse again. She'll never be able to. Uh, Hopefully, she get arrested, and hopefully, she will never be able to practice nursing or care for. She couldn't care for a damn dog now. She couldn't care for a rat. She couldn't. She couldn't pet. She couldn't babysit a dang on fly. She couldn't. You couldn't give her a. I'm sorry. You can't even see a gnat. You can't put a gnat in her responsibility. Okay, and her no, nope, nothing. She couldn't care for anything anymore. Pet, nothing, nothing. She should be not allowed to be around anything that's breathing. Not even a flower pot. Not even a flower. Not even a roach. Nothing. She gets to take care of nothing. Nothing. Can't be around her grands. Can't. She shouldn't be around kids. She shouldn't be around. Imagine if she's doing that to her. If she done that to her own grand. I mean, come on. With that type of mentality, what has she done to her own? If she have kids, what has she done to her kids? And if she's a grandmom, what has she done to her grandkids? That's sick. That ain't no. That's a sick person. That's a sick person. You can't tell me she hadn't done something like that before. Mother Dora, you laughing because she can't even take care of a roach. She wouldn't be in care of a roach. A gnat, a fly, a roach, she couldn't care for nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. She couldn't care for. Yeah, guys, I just came by, y'all, to say good evening. I just want to thank you guys for stopping by. I don't have a lot going on right now. Just wanted to say good evening. Hoping all is well with you all. I'm plugging away here and, just thankful and grateful for each and every day. But I'm thinking about you guys, so that's why I popped on today. Want to talk a little bit and then say hello. And again, I appreciate y'all support. Hang in there. Again, as we continue to grow, continue to, keep moving and doing what I'm doing. And I hope you guys just hang in there with me. And as this channel take the direction it's taking, and just hang in there. There's a lot more to come, a lot more to talk about as well. So I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. So I'm going to get up out of here, y'all. And if I'm able to, I'll come back tonight. If not tonight, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Appreciate you, Mother Maisha, Mother Dora. Y'all been hanging with me for a long time, Maisha, Mother Dora. Thank you much, Diva the Boss. Y'all check out Diva the Boss. Diva the Boss, I had a good night the other night on Diva's channel. We were playing games and stuff. Felt good. I enjoyed it. It was a positive thing happening. Also, so y'all check out Diva the Boss. Grateful too. Thank you as well. Love and Lucinda. Y'all know Love and Lucinda was on here. She's driving and listening as well. Thank you, Love and Lucinda. You hang in there. I know, you hit the, I don't know if you started yet, but I know you're going to hit those morning drives again, going to work again. Dimple J, once again, thank you so much. Y'all check out Dimple J as well. Dimple J has her page, content creator as well. So, and Maisha, and grateful too. I can see y'all in green again. So, Louis Williams, welcome in. I didn't see Louis and his service goddess. Thank you for stopping by. Luis was in here. So yeah, you guys back in green. Oh, you got that trickster. Divas, email me. You gotta email me. Justice Reacts at 40 Justice Reacts 44 at gmail.com. Justice Reacts 44 at gmail.com. So, and also you may want to get the club for $5 a month. Hey Tilo, you may want to get the club so you can set up the club where you can have people just in your club and invite them like that as well. So yeah. Well, email me at justicereacts44 at gmail.com. Send me an invitation. What's up, Tilo? I'm not sure if they have cameras in that location. If so, they need to be wanting a bunch of footage referring to her. Yeah, that's what I would do too, Mother Dora. They need to look back. They need to look back at those cameras and see if they got other footages, because I don't believe that'll be her first time. So hopefully they'll look back at all the footage if they have cameras. And I don't know why they wouldn't, right? Why wouldn't they have cameras? Um, for her to do it, that was, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah. But guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you for coming in, Tilo. I'm gonna get up out of here, you guys. Y'all have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your night. Be safe out there. Be kind. Be awesome. Be the change you want to see in the world. And guess what, y'all? I'm gone. See y'all soon. Promise.